First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Andrew Murray for his fantastic and inspiring speech. I would just like to say to him that when it comes to stop the war or any other common grounds, we are willing to work with anyone, even the likes of Lib Dems and the Green Party. So there is no compromise when it comes to stop the war. We will be working together. But the question is, will others do the same? I just want to start off from why I kind of joined Respect. I joined Respect since after its birth, and since I've been elected, I've been building Respect nationally, locally, and even internationally. And it's kind of really painful for me to see this split. I was speaking to one of the comrades, Nahida, at the back, and we were saying we agreed on the same thing, that I actually feel like I've split from a relationship, and there's like a divorce settlement happening with my husband or something, because it is quite painful. It was such a fantastic project, and seeing this kind of split is not good for the movement. But anyway, Respect is the only party which I believe in Great Britain which is against the war. It's an anti-war party, it's anti-capitalist, it works for the working class, it fights along trade unions and other grassroots campaigns. And we need to continue doing that, and to promote social justice. And these are the founding principles why I joined Respect, and not any other mainstream party, to be honest with. And I believe that because of these principles, you are all here today. As members, I feel that it's my responsibility to kind of let you know why we decided to leave the whip a couple of weeks ago. Myself and the 3 councillors, we resigned the whip, as many people have kind of said that there was some sort of a coup done by John Rees was behind it. He advised us to leave. I can tell you that from now that is an absolute lie. He told us not to leave. In fact, he said to stay in Respect and to fight from within. But I'm sorry again, John, that we couldn't stay in and fight because struggles were getting too hard and too difficult. That we had to. We haven't left Respect. We're still in Respect, but we just left the Respect whip because the struggles were so hard that we couldn't continue. The founding principles why I joined Respect, that wasn't the vision anymore, because a lot of the members and the politicians were, they were becoming what I call it the career politicians. They were too engrossed in their own selfish agendas, and the real principles were forgotten about, the grassroots activities that we were doing. It was all gone because we were too busy having infightings every single committee meeting and so forth. And the last committee meeting was the last straw where the members were treated incredibly horribly, especially the female members who had membership cards but were left outside in the rain for hours and not let in because the other camp were worried that they were not going to win their slate. And I was threatened verbally, saying that you will never be a councillor again, you will never be selected just because I didn't agree with their policies. It's been an ongoing struggle. It's not something that happened within a couple of days and we decided. And then even after the committee meeting, we spoke to all the 11 councillors. We had a meeting with the leader of the council, opposition council, and for about 5 hours. And I can assure you, we gave them 80%. We compromised literally 80%. We didn't get that 1% compromise back from the leader and the other team. And it just became unbearable. It just became absolutely... Instead of getting any sympathy or any compromise from the leader, we got humiliated and mocked, as we have been doing as we have been facing. So I just felt that there was no point of kind of, the real values of Respect are not being fought for. And, we're depriving the party as well as the community. So thus we kind of decided to resign the whip, but we still continue to fight for the founding principles. Politics to me is about kind of fighting. It's about debating policies and strategies in a fair, peaceful, maybe sometimes not so peaceful, but in a kind of more democratic way. But it's not about boycotting conferences, which has been arranged for months. With proper delegates for the fear of not winning motions or losing them, in fact. Politics is not about having threatening and violent behaviour. It's about actually just debating, normally, like you would do. I just recently heard from the Respect Renewal Conference that they're actually crushing us alive in there or something. They're saying that, crushing this conference live. But to be honest with, since I've been here, we haven't actually... we haven't really attacked anyone as such. So who are being divisive is my question. So far, what everyone's been saying is speeches of unification, which is fantastic. I'm all for it. just on the point of the Respect Renewal Conference, is it just me, or do people just find the fact that we've got Derek Walls from the Green Party speaking at their conference, if they think they've got problems with the SWP or the Socialist left of Respect, I'm sure they'll have problems with the Green Party, which one of the MEPs recently supported Sir Ian Blair, I think. I mean, I'm sure they will have splits and they'll find it very difficult to work with the Green Party as well. So I really don't understand this kind of opportunist, unholy relationship, really. And the ironic thing is, Sir Ian Blair was actually, Islamic Human Rights Commission is an organisation which George Galloway is a big fan of, and he was actually at the annual conference for Islamic Human Rights Commission, and they actually gave Sir Ian Blair an Islamophobia award, I think, last year, and it's a bit of an irony that, they're speaking on the same platform. That's kind of my... and we've been being pressured for unification. I'm all for it. But when there's no point of unification if there's no principles or politics involved. I've heard this debate about us being the left wing and there being the right wing, and I say this to you now that I don't think they are right wing, to be honest with. I don't think they have any wings because they have no politics. All their politics is about is who goes up the career ladder and who gets whatever votes and who can bring whatever members. There's no politics involved at all. So I wouldn't actually give them that support. Lindsay German, on the other hand, I think has a fantastic opportunity in the GLA and really spreading the word. I mean, taking the Respect banner forward in the GLA elections, where we will have at least a leaflet in every single household in London. But some people, we've got the RMT London branch who are willing to support Lindsay German. We've got the FBU and Tower Hamlets, which are kind of close to supporting us. And we've got other unions as well who are kind of in between, looking for a party that they can support. But many people in our party are so engrossed in their own careers and selfishness that they cannot see beyond that. And we've got a real chance of getting some really good votes for Respect in the GLA. And I'm just really disappointed at such people. I say this to you now, that many politicians and many people here will come and go, but this movement will be here fighting for justice, peace and equality for the people. Yes, electoral politics is important, whether I'm a councillor here or not, but this movement will be here fighting for peace, justice and equality. And what's my vision of Respect? My vision of Respect is this, to be honest with. I want to see black, white, Muslims, non-Muslims, socialists, all under the banner of Respect, fighting for equality, peace and justice. Thank you for listening to me.